So in a number of my videos, I've talked about the thigh braces and having those larger optional thigh braces and that performance outfitting kit. Um, I want to give you what the difference between the two of them is. I have the two different cockpit coamings set up here. One with the larger thigh braces and the stock ones that come standard with your TRAK 2.0. And it's pretty obvious, at least initially, what the differences are between them. You can see simply just the size difference between these two. Larger thigh braces are going to mean you're going to have much more bite on your thigh, much more connection with kayak, and the smaller ones for just touring. If we're just going on paddles and cruising and just out having some fun, these are great. They work really well. If you're looking to get more performance out of the kayak, you're looking to surf it, you're looking to take in bigger current, or you want to be able to roll the edge it and brace with a little more power and control, I highly recommend upgrading to these larger thigh braces in that outfitting kit. Beyond just the size difference, something else you're going to notice fairly dramatically is you can see the shape of these braces. Right? This is much less curve on this. This has got far more curve on this. The idea is that when you're putting your kayak on edge, you're not just leaning over the side. You're actively bringing your leg across and pushing into this piece of the thigh brace, this hook. And that hook is what gives you bite on that kayak to allow you to have more control over it. So again, this allows me to have slide, whereas this one does not. I can slide off of it. So much more control with this curve that you have in the cockpit coaming on the thigh braces. So sitting in the seat now, and this is the standard set of thigh braces that you're going to get with your TRAK 2.0 as it ships. You can see that there's connection on my leg. I can easily control the kayak. Right? It's not really going to cause us any issues. One of the things you simply notice, though, is to how far it comes over in terms of where it is on my thigh right now. And that you can tell based on the way that it's shaped that if I want to pull my leg this direction to roll the kayak or to pull it over on edge, there's always the possibility that my thigh slips out. What most people typically do and how most touring kayaks are designed with these smaller thigh braces that we're taught to push up on the kayak, which works well for most of what we're doing. But the idea is that we're not trying to push the kayak up, we're trying to bring the kayak over. So if I want my kayak to edge to my right and I push my leg up, I'm going that direction, not coming right. So if I want to bring this kayak to my right, and that's what you're going to find typically will happen if you're really trying hard in tight maneuvers or in rough water, you could actually pop off these thigh braces. So again, just sitting in here now for my typical paddling, lightly putting the kayak on edge where I can shift my weight. I still do have some grip on here, but you can see how much of my thigh is not on the thigh brace. Now with the larger thigh braces installed, you can see a big difference. There's very little of my thigh now that's actually not underneath these thigh braces, and these hooks means my legs go up and underneath and really lock me into the kayak now. So at this point now I can pull my leg, and I can't pull my leg free of the thigh braces, and that gives me a lot more control when I'm rolling, when I'm on edge. So in terms of performance, these make an incredible difference. I highly recommend, again, if you're going to be up on edge at any point and really looking at performance, this is what you go with. A couple of things I want to point out that while I'm here is positioning of these, because I've had some questions on that as well. So ideally, we do not want our kneecaps underneath these. They're not knee braces, they're thigh braces. So a lot of times people will tell you get your knees tucked underneath or pull up. Really, you're trying to get your thigh engaged. That as I rotate my hip, it brings my leg and thigh around. So based on that, these get positioned, your thigh braces get positioned, so they start just behind the kneecap. There's the back of my kneecap. My knee is free to float, and that means there's no pressure on my kneecap, there's no potential risk of injury or pain, and it's muscle that's pulling up on this. Even when I pull up, there's still a gap. I'm still not touching the bottom of the coaming. So I'm starting positioning right at the back of my kneecap. So there's the edge of the foam, right there's my kneecap, and then it will run back from there. Obviously everybody's a little different, and that's why these are very adjustable. There's multiple settings on this, so you can actually adjust it. I will make a note, and it does tell you that, and TRAK will tell you that when you're using the smaller thigh braces that come with it, only 2 of the 3 screws that you'll find underneath this coaming are necessary. When you're using these larger ones, you do need to use 3 because of the extra twist and pressure that's being put on these to not risk cracking the coaming or the thigh braces. So again, sitting in your kayak in your normal position, my feet on the braces, sitting in my comfortable location. The thigh braces start just behind the kneecap, so that kneecap is not touching anything.